Probably the main thing that keeps the Sonic franchise at such a high relevance is the designs of the characters. Sonic himself, no matter which design, is one of the most iconic and recognizable characters ever. I honestly really like most of the character designs running through this franchise, but the one that sticks out the most to me is the one and only Shadow the Hedgehog. Over the years, he's turned into one of the most popular anti-heroes in gaming history, and honestly, a bit of a meme icon. I mean, my god, they never end with this guy. It's like Shrek or Shaggy at this point.
Like, man, where's that damn fourth Chaos Emerald?
Shadow's just one of those characters who's like universally recognized. He's pretty much on the same level as Sonic at this point. So with that being said, why don't I rank all the Shadow appearances based on my opinions and thoughts on each one. For this list, I'll be ranking Adventure 2 Shadow, Sonic X, Sonic Heroes CGI, Shadow Game CGI, Riders, 06 CGI, Modern, Boom, Movie, and Prime. There may be plenty of other Shadow designs, but I just chose the ones that I thought to be the most relevant and the most popular. And remember, this isn't the right list. It's just my list. Honorable mention, this plushie. Look how stupid he is.
You're going straight to hell.
The lowest ranked Shadow for me has to go to Sonic Boom. While I don't hate this, I actually kind of like it. I just think this version just doesn't hit as hard as the others at all. Boom went in a strange direction with its designs for most of the characters, and Shadow's was probably the most familiar of them all to the source material. But the weird gloves were just an interesting choice. A decent design, but it doesn't compare to the others. Sonic Rider's Shadow has sunglasses and a board, and yet somehow he's just a less cool Adventure 2 Shadow? How is that even possible? Well, I do think the longer quills look better for Sonic in this game. I don't think they look too great for Shadow. Rider Shadow looks good from a design standpoint, but comparing to those above it, it just doesn't hit the same. Sonic Hero Shadow was a good follow-up to an iconic look from Adventure 2, but it just wasn't enough to make it feel better for me, I guess. Heroes 3D renders are pretty cool, but they all do look very plastic to me. I can't be the only one that's like kind of like they're plastic. They look like toys. Toys. I don't collect any toys. It was a bit of a strange choice. It looks good, but it's my least favorite out of all the mainline Shadows. I just can't help it. I don't have any nostalgia for Sonic Heroes either, so if you're mad about that, don't worry, I just didn't play the game growing up. As much as I adored the show as a kid, Sonic X suffered from poor animation. This is a good design for Shadow, but the full potential was not met because we didn't get to see it animated in a great way. Sonic X is still a classic childhood show of mine. I look upon it very fondly, but I can still recognize the flaws, you know, the animation. It sucked! As a design itself, like I said, this is a really good design. I love how sharp and like spiky he is. Like he looks like an anti-Sonic for sure, but it just doesn't stand out. Modern Shadow is a pretty good design that just hasn't gotten much of a chance to shine. Like, where has bro been? He looks like Sonic does, as he always have, but he's just so like flat. Besides a few bits and forces and generations, this design hasn't shown much personality at all. He's always just kind of standing, which is my problem with the Lost World Sonic design too. I mean, hell, the best look we've gotten for this design was probably the intro to Team Sonic Racing. Team Sonic Racing! Overall, it looks pretty great, but just give him some sort of flow. Give him like a swag. He's just there. Don't show your pathetic face. Gotta stop, Dr. Eggman. Sonic Movie 3 is not out at the time of making this video, and there hasn't even been any promo art, so we're just going with how he looked in Sonic Movie 2. When it comes to Movie Shadow, I feel about the same that I do with Movie Sonic. He looks great, but I just think some of the games look better. Middle of the pack. The connected eyes are still just a strange choice for me. Like, I'm just used to the complete opposite. And even though I don't hate that, it still just kind of sticks out to me. Overall, really excited to see this design in the third movie, especially in super form. We know that's coming. And they're probably going to make more changes that might even bump it up this list for me. Who knows? Adventure 2 Shadow is so interesting because anytime Yuji Uekawa draws Shadow, it's peak. This was the first release design for the character, so you know it's an absolute classic. No, not that classic. God, we've been over this. Adventure 2's 2D design is so peak, and I just love this look. This was the design that I always tried to draw as a kid, but just failed miserably, you know? Yeah, there's a reason why I make videos. Anyways, yeah, it's pretty peak, but I think it's just gotten better over the years. This was a fantastic first start. Sonic 06's design for Shadow is honestly a great take on the character. The lankiness fits him pretty well, and I think it fits even better than Sonic. It retains pretty much everything that makes the original design iconic, and man, he just looks freaking cool, I'm not gonna lie. He honestly gives off that perfect vibe that they were going for in this game for his character, just like the mysterious, like, you know, the third guy that's like super mysterious. Sonic Prime's Shadow is modern, but better in every single way. My complaints about Modern Shadow are pretty much gone with this guy, as you get to see every animated movement he makes, while also keeping that original Shadow look. Yes, Sonic Prime's superb animation probably contributes to me liking this a little bit more, but I can't help it. It looks good. Prime Shadow is a great evolution of this iconic design, and I am super happy with the final product. Number one. Shadow from his namesake game's cutscenes is the best he's ever looked. The edge is real. The gun, the motorcycle, the mean mug. I mean, it's just hilariously stupid. It's perfect. It's perfect. This one just feels like the perfect blend of every other Shadow here, and it makes him look ridiculously badass. I have zero complaints about this design. Regardless of the character arc they gave him, the edginess, you know, the game itself, I don't care. I think he looks absolutely awesome here. And that's that. Shadow's design has definitely stayed a lot more consistent than the Blue Dude's has over the years. So let me know down below, what is your favorite Shadow design? I'm interested to see where you guys rank them, because I feel like I don't really see anything like this for Shadow very much. But hey, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to check out this one on the screen right here, because you are definitely gonna like that one, trust me. And I'm gonna see you in the next video. Goodbye!